Hey everybody, Mrs. Bianchi. The coordinates of the points below represent the vertices of a rectangle, and here are the points. What is the perimeter in units of rectangle PQRS? We have two approaches here. One approach is to just take 2 points at a time and figure out how far apart are they. So let's say we're going to do that with these 2 points. How would we tell? First of all, are they in the same quadrant? They are. This is positive, positive. This is positive, positive. So everything's going to fall in quadrant 1. And we would look at what are the two, are the x's and the y's different from each other? In this case, it's the x's that differ from each other. So we would find the absolute value of these two things. So the absolute value of a 6 and the absolute value of a 2 would look like that. When they're in the same quadrant, we actually subtract the absolute values. So 6 minus 2 would end up being 4. So we know that one of the dimensions would have to be 4. All right, so what about between points Q and R? What's the distance between these 2 points? Well, in this case, it's the y's that differ from each other. And they're in the same quadrant, so we would say to ourselves the absolute value of a 5 minus the absolute value of a 2 would be 5 minus 2, which would be 3. So we know that one of the dimensions is 4 and the other one is 3. We can apply these dimensions to the perimeter formula. The perimeter formula looks like this. Perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Perimeter equals 2 times the length, which, how about we use this as the length, plus 2 times the width. We'll use the shorter dimension of 3 as the width. Perimeter equals 2 plus 4 would be 8. This times this would be this, and then you just finish it up. Now, if this idea of absolute value and getting distance between 2 points didn't work for you, then what do those folks have to do? They have to actually plot the points. If we plot point P and go over 2 up 2, that puts us there. Point Q, we'd go over 6 up 2. R, over 6 up 5. And S, we would go over 2 up 5. And then we would connect our points. So this point and this point, I'm just going to make that line a little longer. And then we know that if we clone that, we have an opposite side of a rectangle, because remember, opposite sides are equal and congruent. And then we have our vertical lines, which we have one going this way, and then we have another one over here. All right. Now we could, of course, just simply count the distance. 1, 2, whoops. I meant to trace that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this is 4, that means that this is 4. And if we count going down, 1, 2, 3, if this is 3, this is 3. And we could simply add up all the sides that I have written here in red, and you can get the perimeter that way.